So another way of producing a site, besides using the control panel and to produce the WordPress site, the cPanel, to create the WordPress site on the server itself, you could also use an FTP. So before we started doing the CMS stuff, right, we were writing HTML and CSS and utilizing JavaScript as well on our own. So you could make a static website, meaning that's not creating the content dynamically like when we're using WordPress. Static is what we built before, just manually writing out the documents. It doesn't ever change. It's just what we wrote. So you could also do that. And there are some options with that it's not as dynamic. And to be frank, if I was going to build a business or something, I wouldn't use that method. But if you're just trying to create a website that's going to be like a portfolio or a PSA or some other kind of information where you're just trying to get stuff out, writing it manually isn't actually a terrible way to do it because it would be much lighter. Because it would just be the documents that you write. It wouldn't be all this extra overhead of all these other different things. It uses a lot less space. So there's a smaller amount of complexity as well. And if you're trying to create, like, let's say you're putting like a game or something in there, you have more control over it because it's all just hard coded as to trying to shove it into like a much more larger system. Okay, so that being said, you could actually, so if you want to take one of the previous sites you made, so either that Bootstrap site or the first site that you made or something new that you make, you can use an FTP, so it's the file transfer protocol, in order to upload it onto a host. Okay, so basically it's an application. The one that I'm suggesting here is CyberDuck. The reason why I'm suggesting CyberDuck is because it's my favorite. Actually, like FileZilla, but CyberDuck is both on Mac and PC, so regardless of what you're using, that should work. I think FileZilla is only on PC. Anyway, what you could do is you can take the what an FTP does is it is it's kind of like a Finder window inside of a Mac, or what was it called inside of Explorer or whatever inside of a PC. Okay, it's kind of like this. But what it'll do is that you'll see on one side your local files, and I'll have another window on the other side of your files on the server. And all you do is you just drop and drag your local files onto this file. So it's kind of a file manager between your local and your online. That's what the FP will allow you to do. And it will more or less upload your documents onto the server. So you need to use an FTP to do that. I have a tutorial underneath here if you'd like to try and do this. You can create a free account on GeoCities. So you just go to this website, and it's really old. It's super 90s looking. Look at it. So like, sign up now. Look at the sign up. Tell me this is not like 1990, because it's literally from, I think, 1990. But they do have a free one. It won't have a unique domain name. It only supports up to, where's the size? I swear there's a size thing. It only support up to a certain number of megabytes, so on and so forth, right? But it'll allow you to bring in like basic HTML, yada, yada, yada. So if you want, you can try and use this. So you'd use this, you're going to create an account. It'll make, it'll have, it'll be a server, and then you'd use the FTP to upload. And that's what this tutorial covers. So if you want to try and like actually upload something, like something kind of simple and small, you can utilize this. So I just want to throw it out there just so like you could try to put something up on the internet. Otherwise, what you'd want to do is actually like pay the full price and do a CMS onto, like I said, like HostGator or some other server.